Good morning, children. This morning I'm only going to read you a story and we're going to do our sound experiment. And for the rest of the day, you're going to get to do whatever you like. You don't have work for today. The story I'm reading is The Very Noisy Foxes. In a very noisy house, in a very noisy city, lived three noisy foxes. Wouldn't it be nice to be quiet sometimes? Asked fox number one. Perhaps we should move to the countryside, suggested fox number two. What a good idea, replied fox number three. Honk, honk, vroom! So they packed up all of their very noisy things and caught the very noisy bus to find a place to live in the very quiet countryside. In a very quiet wood, in the very quiet countryside, they met an owl. Tut-too! Who are you? hooted the owl. We are from the very noisy city, looking for a quiet place to live, replied fox number one. Where do you live, owl? I live up here at the top of this very tall, quiet tree, the owl said. Oh, yes, it is very quiet, but it's too high for us, said fox number one. We're scared. Next, in a very quiet meadow, in the very quiet countryside, the noisy foxes met a mole who popped out of the ground. Hello, mole. We are from the noisy city looking for a quiet place to live. Can you help us? Asked fox number one. Oh, yes, I live in a very quiet place, replied the mole. Follow me and I'll show you. I live here in this very quiet hole underground, said the mole. Oh, yes, it is very quiet, but it's too dark for us, said fox number two. We can't see. And this little fox is complaining. He says, I'm stuck. In a very quiet clearing, in a very quiet countryside, the noisy foxes met a frog. Ribbit, ribbit. What are you three noisy foxes want? The frog asked. We are looking for a quiet place to live, said fox number three. Where do you live, frog? Come with me and I'll show you, replied the frog. I live here in this very quiet pond, said the frog. Oh, yes, it is very quiet indeed, but it's too wet for us, said fox number three, and we can't swim. So the three noisy foxes kept searching for a very, very long time, and they ended up in the very quietest part of the countryside, a long, long way from the very noisy city, As they ventured along the very quiet path, they met a badger. "Hello, Badger, we are looking for a quiet place to live," said the noisy foxes. "Can you help us? We have looked everywhere." "Yes, of course. Follow me," replied the badger. And this is the badger. "This is where I live," said the badger. "It's the quietest place in all of the countryside." "Oh yes, it really is very quiet and very lovely. It might just be the perfect place," said the noisy foxes. "But it's just too quiet." The noisy foxes were really fed up with being quiet. So they started to make some noise as they banged and clanged and chittered and chattered. A quiet little mouse scurried up to them. "What is all this noise about?" asked the quiet little mouse. "We need a place to live, but it can't be too high. It can't be too dark. It can't be too wet. And it definitely can't be too quiet." "I know the perfect place," squeaked the mouse. "Follow me." There's the little mouse at the bottom there. "Well done, little mouse. This really is the perfect place." Guess we took them back to the city. The end. And now I'm quickly going to show you how to make your own little telephone. We want the telephone to look something like this with a long string. Okay, so you need 2 cups, string, and you need to be able to tie a knot for inside. And that's it. So once you've got your cup, take a sharp pencil or pen and make a little hole. I've just made a little dummy to show you how taut it must be, otherwise it won't work. Okay, so I've already applied this one and I've used a paper clip to secure it. So I'm showing you now how to do it. So you make a hole, put your yarn or your string there. See, I just use the pen to push it in and catch it on the inside. There we go. And I make a knot onto this paper clip, or you can just make a big fat knot. This will all depend how thick your string is. Okay, you can make a double knot just to make it secure and pull. Okay, now when you talk, you need to find somebody to talk with you. The person who talks will have the cup there by their mouth. The person who listens have the cup by their ear. But the thing is, it will not work if the string is not taut. You cannot have the string like this, then it won't work. You have to have it tight like this. Okay, like one of you are going to have the cup by your ear, the other person will talk into the cup. And the noise will move through the string or the yarn. Okay, my babies, I will organize a Zoom for us for tomorrow. Love you all.